Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Rocky, it's take two. I tried to interview you when you were driving through the country roads. There was no signal, so I'm glad you're home.
Yeah.
It was the first time, mate. How are things with you and the family?
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's all good. Just cracking on like everyone else is doing, you know. Just I say then we were in the car on the way home then, be in the park, having walk around the park, get some dinner. The kids have fell asleep now, afternoon nap, so we can have a little bit of an hour to ourselves, and then before they wake back up. So it's all good at the minute, like it's all good.
I see that lull when the kids are sleeping. That's the best feeling in the world, when it's just you. There's no kids, but you've got that.
Yeah. So obviously they're up for 7:30. That's when 7, 7:30. That's when your day starts. Coffee, and then we're up then, and we've got to breakfast, keep them occupied, do bits, and then try and get out for a bit in the afternoon. Yeah. So after our kip now, and then once they're back up, then it's all hell breaks loose then till bedtime. So me and Mrs. just having my little chill now.
Okay, I said to you as well, like obviously Jamie Moore's opened up his gym again. Some fighters, and I've seen like Carl and Stephen Ward and stuff like that are back in the gym along with Dave Allen. What are you doing in terms of keeping fit? I know you, and well, this is take two. And take one, you said you've got a bag in your garden.
Yeah.
You've been keeping active during this lockdown.
Yeah. Well, I've got the aqua bag here now. That's coming off. This is like while lockdown was proper, like obviously very strict, really. As I said, I got before we lockdown. My little boy goes gymnastics, so he wanted the gymnastics bar. So we got the gymnastics bar. So I've been using that for the bar bag. Got a bit of dumbbells in the bike, and then road work. So been doing that. As lockdown last week or so, it's been lifted the restrictions, and Jamie's opened up the gym now, so the lads are back in. So I'm gonna get myself back in this week, maybe twice a week. I just got it because my kids haven't gone back to nursery nothing, so and my girlfriend's doing it 2 days a week working wise, so we've got to work around that at the minute. But I can't wait to get back in there and see the lads. I think Jamie's splitting the times up and how many's allowed in. So once I get in touch with Jamie, I'll see what time I'm in that this week and what days is best. So, but apart from that, yeah, I just got the bag put up and just doing what I could. I was bang since Christmas in January. I was right back in, waiting to see what was coming, and then obviously right up till lockdown, and I kept going, and things just started to get a bit harder with obviously the kids not in nursery, and I can't go and just go for runs and just leave them, and my missus is like trying to do work here bits as well, so we had to work it out. But coming the back next minute, the hanging off your leg, I want to give me a goal, then run around with all the toys in the garden, and you want to stand there while I'm hitting that and jump on my leg. So apart from that, we go out on our bikes and that, and we just do what I can. Last couple of weeks I've eased off a bit, just because I was banging into it, and then I was just as I said, get a bit harder to just like put my time into the kids, really, as we're stuck 24/7 with them. You just got to try and balance it out, and at the minute I think the family and the kids come before anything, really. We've got to get them sorted. So now that the routine's back, the gym's open, we can start working out then and getting back in there and gradually getting the fitness up and getting my weight down and stuff like that.
Well, let's talk about then. You're not very vocal on social media, but when you are, you've got something to say. In the last couple of weeks, you've mentioned that you would like the rematch with John Ryder. The reason being, I think with this lockdown and everything that's going on in the world, we're going to have to see British fighter against British fighter. Now, I think Eddie said as well that he would like to see that fight in his back garden. What are your thoughts on the rematch with somebody like John? Because he's improving each fight.
No, definitely, yeah. He's a nice lad. He's a great lad, John. It was just I think MTK. I say the last couple of weeks I've been having little noses on, but I haven't been on it much. And then when I went through it, I think MTK put like a video of me training and saying who Rocky fight next. And a load of people just tagged John Ryder and mentioned John Ryder. And I just went through it all. Went, do you fancy in Eddie's Garden? Because I don't know as I said, I don't know what's going on when I could fight next, or everyone's stuck in the same position and everyone doesn't know what's going on. And me and John want big fights, and get ourselves back out there in the mix. And it was just a bit of thing. Does he fancy in the Garden? Just a little bit of banter, a bit of thing. I haven't heard nothing from it or nothing like that. As I said, it's just maybe if something, if he fought and the winner gets a title shot, or maybe gets something, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of banter. Someone tagged in, and I just thought, messed around to see, what the bites were. Got a lot of bites on it, so it's just seeing what, if things do come of it, and I get calls back, and things, we'll see. But I don't know how it's working in it, and how long is Eddie gonna put the back guard and the fights on, or when's it going to wrap, and who's on them. So, I had me head like September, October be realistic for me to get back in there and see. But, if you get back with things and, just at the end of it, then it was just, maybe that could be a fight down the line. I know he said that his reply was he wants the rematch, and it fell on deaf ears or something, but, not one person got back in touch with a rematch for me to say. They got back with David Brophy at the time. That was the next fight. So, because I would have jumped at that, because I had a terrible camp. It's when I fought Ryder. I'd been out the ring for 8 months, and I had 60 years burnt out, 16-week camp, and then the fight came with Ryder, and so. But I got the win, and it was I won the British title, so it was a good thing.
If Eddie phones you, Rocky, and says, right, we're going to make the John Ryder fight for the end of July, do you think you could get yourself ready for that fight in that time scale?
I don't think July, no. I don't think, because, as I say, I was training right from Christmas right the way up, and then I haven't been consistent, you know what I mean, on me training wise while we're locked down. So July maybe a bit too early, but I did I had a bit of thing with Chavez as well. But when I did speak to Eddie on it, I forwarded to Eddie, he was saying like September, October, realistic on anything. So I just had that in my mind. Then once he said that, I just started easing back on training wise, just putting 2 sessions a week in, and maybe 1, and having a bit of a rest. And as last couple of weeks, but I'm starting to, like, now the restrictions are a bit thin, I can start getting myself back in, and maybe July would be a bit. He hasn't stopped the one before, putting last minute fights on me. So, but that's when I had been ready. So I'm not as ready as I'd like to be. But, if you did call me and sort something out, then we can sort something out. But I'm just gonna just get back in now and see what happens towards after the summer wise, and see where we're at.
Rocky, you mentioned Chavez Jr. there. You sent out a tweet that he's been sending you messages and stuff like that. What's he saying in these messages?
No, I say, like, when you say a bit, I don't say much when I come out, but this is like people are coming at me with this, so I'm just coming back with them. Do you know what I mean? It was on Instagram. It was a few weeks back on Instagram. Someone just tagged me and him in a picture saying like, me v him, be a good fight, blah blah. So I was just sitting on the couch, I say, locked in, just like, everyone's doing it. Everyone's getting fights off just throwing a bit of a tweet out or a post out. So I just played on it and just put a post out saying, let's have it as something on my story. And the next morning I woke up and it was a message off him just saying, here's my number, get ready to contact me, I'll fight you. And I said, happy days, forwarded it all to Eddie. Eddie said they fancied the fight. So obviously they might have been talking for this. Something might have been getting said, because he said they fancied the fight, but realistic September, October. So I said, that'll do me. And then, I saved his number though. So I just, as the weeks went on, I just sent him a WhatsApp. Do you want a FaceTime? He was like, what for? It's like, just to, let's have a FaceTime and then sort this fight out now. And then he's like, I'll fight you. And I'm like, I will. And then he sent me videos of his dad off the telly fighting and all, like, stuff like that. Just keeps on telling Eddie to contact me, tell your team to contact me. So I forwarded it all to MTK and Eddie. Then he got back the next day, Chavez, saying, you want to fight me at 175? I said, yeah, no problem. And so that's what I had my head set on, is like Eddie saying September, October. He's saying he'll fight me. I'm saying I'll fight him. And, it'd be it's a good fight. I'm up for that. So, just hopefully Eddie and MTK can, start making moves on it and getting some phone calls and, some meetings on it. But that was that really. And then he WhatsApped last Saturday, like, how you doing? Everything okay? Chavez, and I'm like, yeah, sound. And I was messaging saying, you're still scared? He's like, I'm not scared. Tell Eddie to contact. So that's why while I was there, for going to Twitter, because of, it's got a bit quiet off Eddie. So I thought, just tag him in and say, get on the phone and make some calls and let's see what we can do.
Exactly. But that's the thing, Rocky. It looks like it's all big fights for you from here on out, from that one. I mean, you've faced some of the big names in boxing, so I think at this stage in your career, the Chavez fight is the fight that you're going to be chasing from now on.
Yeah. Any of the top 5 super middleweights, really. Do you know what I mean? Any of the super middleweight type one. As you say, I fought a big name, Carol, and my rankings are up there in the governing bodies and top. You got Billy Joe, Callum, Billy Joe, me. Do you know what I mean? In Britain 3, and I looked at the other rankings. Am I up in the other rankings? So yeah, really, that's where I'm at. Is just these big venues, these big occasions, and these big fights, big names, and there's lots there. You say Daniel Jacobs has moved up, and I think he wants like another fight before he wants to challenge for titles, and so I'm just like waiting for these calls, and I'll get myself back in. And I've never said no to a fight, and if it makes sense, and a fight that I'm up for, I'm up for. Where I'm at in my career, as you said, where I'm at now in my career, I'm 33 in August, and I've done more than what I've won the British, Commonwealth, English world title. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, and I just want to get them with a couple of big fights that get me back in the mix, and so that's where I'm at now, and hopefully a plan off MTK can come back with a little plan, and we go from there. But as I say, I'm open for any of the top 5, any of the big names, like these world champions that want a defence, or if they're waiting for unification fights, whatever else. But if they want defences and waiting around, then just ring me and I'll fight. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Just see where I'm at.
Definitely. But Rocky, similar to Callum Smith, you're a big frame for a super middleweight. Has it ever been time? You said you're 33 in August. Has there ever been a time that you thought to yourself, maybe it's time for me to move up? It's getting difficult for me to make 168. Have you ever had thoughts about going to 175?
Yeah, I can say I got a nutritionist and that, and when I do my checks and that with him, and we do get everything on it, and I don't like. I just get like about 2 to 3 pounds off the day before, or even on the day. Do you need the morning of it? That's just off like half an hour run. Just no sweats. Don't wear no sweat gear through the camp. I don't wear sweat suits while I get weight off. So, yeah, my last fight, obviously, I had a little comeback fight in the Olympics. The last one was coming at 12-6 for that, and I felt good at that. I felt strong at that. So, yeah, I can make it, but as I say, if Chavez comes up and says 175, then it'd be sound. I have to get the extra pounds off. I'll fight him. Do you know what I mean? If some opportunity, me and Jamie have sat there and spoke about it, and Jamie has said, do you know what I mean? If opportunities do come at 175, and there's some good fights out there, good names. If they do come and the phone rings to that, I say I'm my frame and I can make that. Do you know what I mean? And be strong at it. So it's not a bad little position to be in, but big fights, I can get to the 12 stone limit. As I say, yeah, I mean, I haven't made it obviously since the Canelo fight. I haven't made it, but I made it comfortable then. And so yeah, so it just depends on what options come up and what's available, and I can fit it both ways really. Yeah.
This is speak hypothetically here, Rocky. If you do end up, if Eddie does come up with you with the John Ryder fight, what are your thoughts in fighting in his back garden with no crowd? I mean, the last couple of fights you've been in, Madison Square Garden, Liverpool, you fought in front of a massive crowd. Do you know what I mean? So from going from that to fighting in front of maybe Eddie Hearn, your team, John Ryder's team, Coogan, maybe me. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not going to be nobody there to watch it. There's going to be no atmosphere. So what are your thoughts on that?
As I say, I've thought about that, but like I think I see an interview with I think Martin of the week or seen something. But when you start getting towards your last bit of camp and it's behind closed doors, it's just you training and you know they're training and they're pulling and it's behind closed doors and you're having your last few spars and there's no one there, there's no atmosphere. So you know I think be boxing amateurs when there hasn't been no one there amateurs, you know what I mean, as well. And over my first few fights, I had like 300 people, 500 people there in the sports centre. So, and yeah, it would be a lot different because the atmosphere is great. The thriving, you know, you at the weigh-ins before you've seen everyone's coming to watch the weigh-ins. Then before the fight, you see all different types of people from like the Sky or from yourselves. Now you're like, yeah, you're not just talking, but obviously you'll have to miss that. But I think once you're in there and the bell goes, then it's a fight then regardless who's there going on. And I think it'd be something new for everyone. But I think it'd be okay. It'd be exciting, not exciting as in like the thing, but I think it's a fight and it'd be something new. So it'd be you know I wouldn't mind anyway. Wouldn't bother me. I might get more. They get less hassle selling tickets.
that is true. That is true.
Get a phone call up there day of the fight, day before. You got them tickets there, got the tickets. You know what I mean? So I'll give you less headache on that. But getting tickets put behind, comps, can you get them? Can you sort them? Where's my tickets? You go to fight in half an hour, you're asking people, get the text saying, where's my tickets? So that'll be the
type of guy, Rocky.
Yeah, that'll be you know, I've been on the way to the fight, on the way to the fight, and I pulled over to meet someone, passed them on the way to a fight. You know what I mean? That's how like last minute I've been in that. But apart from that, mate, that'd be the only less headache you'll get on a behind closed doors. But as I say, depends who's on the bill and whatever else, and how long it's going to last, folks. I haven't heard like
5 fights, five fights only, five fight card. That's the maximum just now.
Yeah, and I just say, like these guys these young up and coming fighters now, prospects that need to keep the momentum, keep fighting. These fighters that are like on the verge for British title fights, and so you know, being realistic, you know, you think they're gonna get the first chase on off Eddie to get in his garden and get them progressing on. Likes of me and fighters that my thing, you probably just leave us and wait till things happen. But as I say, hopefully you can phone up and see what a plan is for the Chavez or for the Ryder, and we can do that maybe. You know what I mean? But obviously Chavez that will be wherever. But yeah, I mean, it'd be good. It'd be sort of. I've seen UFC fights. I've been watching UFC, some of them ones, and you can actually hear the punches. You can hear like you know what I mean, stuff. So it sounds weird, but the battery. It sounds a bit weird when you're watching it, but you know, you're getting in there, you're fighting, and that's it. So, it's an interesting one.
Definitely. Rocky, obviously Dave Allen's a part of the team now. I mean, being that you are one of the bigger guys in Jamie Moore's camp, I take it you'll be one of his sparring partners going in. What are your thoughts on Dave Allen?
No, I think he's a bit too big for me. I think I'll have to get some weight off before I go in and Jay go, oh, you're a bit too light. If I went in now, he'd be like that, right? You're riding with that Eva and probably look the same size as him now. But yeah, no, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a few rounds if you needed so. But yeah, he's a character, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? I say, I haven't obviously trained alongside him just yet or been in the gym just yet, but you know, he's in good hands with Jamie and there's a lot of good fighters in the gym that he can thrive off, and I think he'll put the work in once he sees all us in the gym together, the work that we put in. I think he'll enjoy it. So yeah, I mean, when I get up there this week, I'll probably bump into him, and he's being invited into the group chat. So he's a member now, and he's a bit of texting earlier on. But yeah, he can do well. He's a good fighter when you see him fight when he's trained for, and he's looked, he's looked great. Hopefully he can get that British title shot, and it'll be a good story for him, and be enjoying to see it. But yeah, he's a character to say on Instagram and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to actually. I've met him a few times at shows, little let on and shake hands, but it'd be a good chance to stay alongside him and have a good little bit of banter in the gym. I think he'll fit in well with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got some characters in that gym. Well, Rocky, like I say, your kids are going to be awake in about half an hour, so I'm going to let you get some.
I hope he's the hour or two to go. The little girl's lazy. She does about 2 hours in the afternoon. She's a wild one, but yeah. But as I say, it's been enjoyable, and doing it and the balance and right. But it's also nice to speak to you and get a bit of boxing talk going again. And I've had a couple of messages and interviews and that, so it was nice to get the call and have this little interview, and appreciate it.
Well, the pleasure's all mine, Rocky. Obviously, like I say to everybody, hopefully the next time I interview you, it'll be with my camera in front of your face. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that.
I know. I see you. Last time I see you was Dubai, wasn't it? Yeah,
Dubai, yeah. When you were something, trying to get that white body a nice tan.
Oh, I went pink, looked like a salmon. Just can't get a tan. It's hard work, but yeah, that's what I say. I thought you would have been. After that, I thought I would have got the ball rolling with something, and obviously all this happened late after Christmas and whatever else. So, but yeah, it'd be nice to, I say, next time we're at a show, and I've got some more better news to say about fights and whatever. But for now, we're just talking about the potential ones. But
well, as soon as you get a fight, as soon as you get a name and a fight date, Rocky, I'll be texting you for an interview, mate.
Yeah. I'll let you know straight away, mate. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Rocky, before I let you go, you got anything you'd like to add? Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, would you like to add anything for anyone watching this video?
Yeah, just everyone to stay safe and whatever else. You know what I mean? And if we get back to normal soon as, and hopefully see the fans and these fights sooner rather than later.
Definitely. But Rocky, go and enjoy the rest of your time with your family. And
thanks very much.
The kids are awake, but thanks for this Fight TV, Rocky, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, thanks, mate. See you soon.
Cheers, Rocky.
Ciao, mate. Bye.